Hi, JP Spears, owner managing broker, Berkshire Hathaway, Rocky Mountain Realtors here in Colorado Springs. There is Nick Stair behind me. Boom! There he is. You see him? Ah, ha, ha. Okay, so now that you know we're both nuts, that's probably a good thing. But anyway, we wanted to let you know that there's an interesting world going on right now in terms of real estate agents and the whole experience itself of being a realtor. I interviewed this morning a gentleman by the name of Tony, who was a hairstylist, or is a hairstylist, who cut my hair. I think he did a pretty good job. Anyway, Tony's a really very dedicated young man. He's in his 20s. He's going through a lot of hardships supporting his life. He did buy a home at 25 years old. He bought one at 21. I think he lost it in a divorce or something. Now he's bought his second one at 25, and he's struggling. Like, he was telling me how they don't have running water in their house due to the fact that there's a well and the electric pump is too expensive to run out east in the home that he had purchased. It's fascinating to me to hear people's story and what drives them to want to get into real estate. Real estate's a very expensive business to get in. The initial thought of it isn't, because we talk about like it's $1,100 for the course. You can go and take this online course for $1,100 and boom, you've got your education to be a real estate agent. But here's the thing, we have about 47 realtors a month that get into PPAR, that go through the courses, go through the classes, go to PPAR, sign up, Pikes Peak Association of Realtors, to become a licensed realtor. And we have exactly almost the same amount of people that actually exit every month. We were running about 6,200 real estate agents at the prime of COVID. Like after COVID, when things started really ramping up, real estate was getting crazy, and people just said, "Oh my God, honey, you'd be the best real estate agent ever. Like, you should go do it. You're our best, smartest daughter." And then everybody raced to go get their license, of course, because they think there's millions to be made. The problem is there was such a lack of inventory, an overwhelming abundance of desire for property. It ran down inventory super fast, and there just wasn't enough available. And really, sellers were using the pro realtors with reputations. That's how they were finding us. Brand new realtors were struggling desperately through those good times, because even though it was good times for the good guys or the reputable guys, the new guys were trying to struggle to find anybody that would work with them. And so, then you get into where it is. Okay, the cost of entry is very low. Like I say, it's $1,000, $1,100 for the schooling, and you go in. We then ran down into from 6,200 to then 5,800 now, and I can bet you by next year this time we'll be somewhere floating above 3,000 somewhere. It just ebb and flows so extremely from one level to the next, in terms of the capacity for real estate agents to survive. That's the issue, which is why it's the lowest cost education out of any business you could ever imagine of starting, simply because it is the hardest to survive in. It is absolutely the hardest, one of the most difficult businesses to survive and get established in. And you've got to be fully dedicated. You can't show up at the office randomly. You can't, think, "Oh, this is my business, I'm going to do it from my home," and prey on your fellow, clay makers at the house, where everybody comes over and forms clay in your basement and hope that they'll use you to buy homes. At the end of the day, you have to really work. You have to be committed. You have to do open houses. You have to walk neighborhoods. You have to be involved in your community, be a part of social environments, be in groups. Just tons and tons of activities that you have to do, and every bit of that costs you money and time. You don't get paychecks. Nobody's giving you any type of compensation. You don't get reimbursed for any of this stuff. You have to put all your money and time out. It takes some realtors years to get themselves established. We hired a realtor, Robert, last name Bourne. Okay, that's actually his name, and I don't really care to say it here, but he was an attorney, and I think the guy took 8 months, I think, before he even got one sale, if I remember the guy. And he was trained a lot. Like, he went through a lot of training and spent a lot of time. Just wasn't very good at it at all. He bounced out. After he left our office, he bounced around for a little bit. And I don't think he's even in real estate anymore. He's gone back to, building chipboards or something. Because I don't think he was a good attorney either, in my opinion. Because why would you get your attorney's license, pass the bar, and then go get your real estate license? That doesn't make any sense. So either you're just not damn good at talking to people or socializing or something. I don't know. Not to criticize a guy, but that's the whole point. It's say even people that you would think would be an excellent fit for this business actually are just failures in so many ways to themselves and family trying to give this a shot. This message is not to discourage people, but what this is saying is if you're going to change your career and you're going to dedicate to this real estate thing, this amazing career that is fantastic for the people that do survive, boy, you better be willing to put every damn bit of your time in. And you better be willing to open it up like a damn store. Just every morning when you go to the 7-Eleven, it's open, right? Well, guess what? In real estate, every morning, your business should be open the same as a business. And you should be running it all day like a business does, running it all day. One time a mentor told me, my mentor says to me, he says, JP, if you don't answer the phone, consider yourself out of business. And that's a fact. So if you're going to get into real estate, boy, you better have a hard shell and you better have some resources to some revenue, whether that's from some significant other that's willing to pay your bills for the first 2 to 5 years, whatever it needs. And sometimes, rarely, there's a rock star. There's a few people that actually have a big enough network and a stylish enough personality to just start off dynamically and just blow through everything I just said in an opposite direction and just be as successful as you can imagine in this business. But that is such a rare occasion. So my message is definitely consider real estate. Definitely consider the opportunity of the career itself. But just understand you will, in fact, sacrifice everything you have inside if you really want to make it to the big leagues. And that's hopefully a good message for you at the end of the day. It just takes dedication. If you were a basketball player, football player, it's no different. You're going to get up at 3:30 in the morning to practice for the game the same day. That's the point. Practice makes perfect. And it takes real work to become a pro. So join the pros. We'd be happy to help you in the conversation. You can always reach out to me, 719-761-1910, and we can discuss your career and what that would look like Tony did. Or you can figure it out yourself, but we're here to help.